All right, everyone. A very good evening to all of you. I hope I'm audible to all of you. If anyone could, just let me know through the chat or somehow, basically through the YouTube chat, if I'm audible or not, that would be really great. So let me know in the white chat. I'll just. Once again, I'm just checking the live chat. Yeah, all right. Thank you, Aryan, for letting me know. Great. So we are here to solve the SimIPMAT Rohtak-9 live, and basically the whole idea of this test or this live solving is to help you understand how I choose questions, how I go about solving questions in the live test. All right. So today you are not expected to do anything specific apart from the fact that you can just simply either keep a pen and paper active. If you've taken this mock test, you can just quickly do the rough work, check something differently. The other thing that we'll do is choose the right set of questions. Although in IPMAT Rohtak, it's not a lot of questions that we have to leave, but there would be some that we'll actually have to leave as well. Okay. So without wasting, QA, VA, and LR, there are 40 questions of each. There's no time limit. So 40, 40, 40, there are 120 questions, and I'm going to take 120 minutes for the same. So 120 questions and 120 minutes. I think the instructions here say 100 minutes, but I think this is incorrect. I think when I go inside, it will show me 120 minutes only. So changing the response to save your, you must click on save and next or mark for review and next. Okay. I think I've read all the instructions carefully, and I'm ready to begin. So yes, basically you can just, keep watching and let me, at the end of the session, probably you can let me know. I would take this test impromptu. So sometimes I might go wrong while solving a question, because when you're solving in speed under timer, sometimes our accuracy can be a little, basically we can go a little wrong here and there. So please bear with that. At the same time, I'm a QA mentor. So when it comes to the verbal ability, I would not be the best person, or, rather the best performer in that section. So you need to understand, take it with a pinch of salt that, okay, this is a QA mentor solving the verbal ability section. So maybe, there you can expect a bit better performance or much better performance from the students as compared to what I will be doing. All right. So on that note, let me quickly begin and let's get going. All right. My strategy generally is I solve the verbal ability first, because that's I could end up losing marks there. So I'll solve the verbal first, and then I'll come to the Q and LR sections. The easy questions of VA first. So telecom is not India's is not a business for the dash. Telecom in India is not a business for the faint-hearted. Basically, that means delicate or something like that. The stakes are huge in this. The governor accepted the chief minister's resignation, but requested the CM to continue in office until a dash is dash in place of the outgoing CM, until a successor is appointed. Quite easy, straightforward. Luminous, antonym. So luminous is lit. Lackluster, I think, would be the illustrative. Synonym. Illustrative. Elucidative would be the synonym. Conservative. Okay, conservative, maybe unprogressive would be a most appropriate word. I'm not sure about the word ethical. Abolition. Abolition. I'm not sure though, although I uh, blurly recall it could be nullification or something. Honorary. Honorary. Honorable. No. Legitimate. No. Respectful. No. I think honorary. I've seen this word in a few places here and there, but is it actually title? Honorary. Honorary. Maybe somewhat or respectful. Right. I think I'll just take a guess between these two and I'll go ahead. Parajumbles. To do so was a mighty undertaking over the course of 50 years. Siegfried and Roy performed 30,000 shows to 50 million people, generating over 1 billion in ticket sales. To do what was a mighty undertaking? According to Lekard, Siegfried and Roy have always loomed large for children. Lekard, Siegfried and Roy have always loomed large for their act fused giant mind illusions with most exotic animals on earth. This act sparked an explosion of families coming to mind in Las Vegas, and no one has ever properly examined one has ever properly examined their story in depth. But I think if I look at the options quickly, I realize that what was a mighty undertaking to examine their story in depth. So EA should be, kind of together. According to Lekard, Sigil loomed large, have always loomed large for children of 80s, such as himself. Their act fused gigantic, mind-blowing illusions with most exotic animals. This act sparked an explosion in families coming to their act, this act. I think B, C, D should be a, but I'm not able to. Okay, I'll quickly go by the options. According to Descartes, this Rousseau was a mighty undertaking. No. A, to do so was a mighty undertaking. No. D, this act sparked this according to Descartes. D, their act fused. No connection. I think their act fused a gigantic mind. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll clear response. I'm not sure about this question. Moving on. You can always look after few loved ones in your family. My sisters and I can look after everyone because first they're all gone. I think I'll pass the parajumbles for now because this is identifying errors generally faster. So I'll mark this for later. 8 and 9 I have to come back to it because these could be something which I could solve. Large organizations are competent to maintain their own data processing operations, but smaller ones are finding that the cost operations maintain their own data processing operations, but smaller ones are finding that the costs associated with upgrading the same and the development and maintenance of new products are prohibitive. Large organizations are competent to maintain their own data processing operations. Smaller ones are finding that the costs associated with upgrading the same and the development and maintenance of new products are prohibitive. Large organizations are competent enough to maintain their own. Okay, I'm still not sure. I'll move ahead. When Sujata fell ill, the doctor prescribed that medicines should be taken. Prescribed medicines should be taken twice a day with milk, and that she avoid all sorts of stress and exertion. Okay, so I think basically here I can spot the error. She avoid all sorts of stress and exertion for at least a week is what I feel. The boy failed in the first standard and could not be promoted. Proceeded in the second standard. Could not be promoted. So A, first one should be A. I think I'm dealing with option A and option D. He was an ambitious, sly, and artful or arty person despite being a fine artist. Third, this is both A's only, this one. She was one of the first to cast away the veil of superstition. Yes, I think it's all A's. Answer is option A. The writing on the old manuscript was completely and therefore illegible. Yes, it's all A's. Moving on. A glimpse into the world is an exhilarating encounter. Okay, B, it should start with B. So the option B is eliminated. The student raked his brains to recollect the answer. I think the second one also should be B. Not a single species remained unaffected by the forest fire. This is a little confusing, but I don't think there's something known as species. This is a rare species of, but I'm not sure. All the effluent treatment plants, affluent is rich or something. So fourth blank should be A. Fourth is A in both of them. Okay. Strictly comply. Comply should be B. Yes, the correct answer should be this. All right. Again, the capitalized word is used in 4 different ways, numbered A to D. Choose the option in which the usage of the word is incorrect or inappropriate. Psychology and law can and should work hand in glove. Treatment we receive at their hand range from proper to accommodating. He washed his hands of the matter. Once he realized his interests, he washed his hands off. Double F should be correct. Some parents think that by taking their children in hand, they are almost stiffening. Ground. After a lengthy preamble, the historian finally touched ground when he took up the topic for. Okay. Despite immense pressure to yield, he stood his ground. This is correct. He broke new grounds. He broke new ground with his radical views. The yen gained ground above all major counterparts. The historian finally touched ground when he took up the topic for discussion. I'm not sure over here, so I'll move, I'll pass. Tardy is punctual, permeable, impenetrable, balmy, mild, literal, factual. Tardy, sluggish, indolent. Tardy is punctual. Again, pass this. Hot is to warm, a milder version of this. Freezing is to cool. Large is to small, accurate is to genuine. So hot is to warm is the same as freezing is to cool, milder version. So I think, yeah, this was easy. What is the meaning of the given idiom? To be in the swim of things. Be in the swim of things. I think what it means is to be in the swim of things is to be aware about what's happening. So maybe option A. To stand tall. To solve a difficult situation. Success. To be proud of yourself and confident in your abilities. To defeat opponents in a debate. To solve a difficult situation successfully. He stood tall in a difficult. It's a very common idiom, and I think I should have got the answer very quickly. To defeat opponents in a debate is definitely not the answer. To solve a difficult situation successfully, I stood tall in the, in some difficult situation, and came out successful, something like that. Identify the part. One part of the sentence has a grammatical error. Identify that part. Mark the correct option. Posterior cruciate ligament stretches from inside the femoral notch in the middle of the knee to the back of the tibia and crisscrosses the anterior cruciate ligament. I think it should be and crisscrosses. So that would be a tense error. We live within an odd dichotomy where each day seems endless, but months pass by in a blink. We live within an odd dichotomy. Within. Or should be in, we live in an odd dichotomy where each day seems endless, but months pass by in a blink. Either it's A or D. I think there's no error here. We live within an odd dichotomy. We live in a dichotomy, in an odd dichotomy. So dichotomy, right? I'll come to the RCs at the end. So there are all, okay. After the RCs, there is again analogy. Snake is to slough. And I'm not sure what this slough means. But if fish and net, does this mean the sound or no? I'll pass this. Which of the following means accusing the wrong person? Barking up the wrong tree. Yeah. All right. A 14-year-old who ran away without the knowledge of others from a children's home in Patna was found alive and well in Delhi this morning. Find the closest substitute for the underlined okay. Absconder. While we were discussing the situation, so most appropriate phrase. She broke into the conversation or she broke in on the conversation? She broke in. Okay. Broke in on the conversation. Break into a conversation or break in on the conversation. Let's say, okay, let me, I have to go to the VA, the Q and LR sections also, and then the RCs. So I'll into the on the conversation. Into a conversation would be more appropriate. Or para jumbles, I think these are smaller ones, could be a little easier. Some are even going to the extent of rewarding unsuccessful projects. Innovation is the key to success in a dynamic market. I think many organizations are encouraging their employees to take this risk. Innovation is the key to success, but it comes with its share of risk and potential of failure. Many organizations, so B, D, C, A. Answer should be option A clearly. Innovation is the key to success, but it comes with a risk. Many organizations are encouraging, some are even going to the extent of rewarding. By the end of this month, Mary had grown quite used to things. She no longer complained. And she no longer complained. Beneath the four sentence phrasing, choose the best correct alternative from the four. By the end of the month, Mary had grown quite used to these things, and she no longer complained. I think whatever is used is appropriate, and she no longer complained. Yeah, this is right. John worked calm and careful, keenly aware of the danger. Okay, now I'm confused. Is the phrase calmly and carefully, or should it just mean calm and carefully? Again, testing me. Okay, 100 minutes left. I think by 100, I have to leave two other sections. John worked calm and careful, keenly aware of the danger, calm and careful. John worked calmly and carefully. I think this makes the most sense unless there's a clear phrase or idiom. Keenly aware of the danger. We live in a universe of abundance. Light is the ultimate provider and nourishes extremely generous. It cannot be otherwise for it and gives. It's a big cosmic mother continuous abundance, sail on with the abundance of the universe and the abundance of love in it. It is a big cosmic mother continually giving of itself. It is a big cosmic mother giving, cosmic mother continually giving. Able to find that connection. It cannot be otherwise, for it gives and gives and gives. Provider, nourisher, and it is generous. As long as light exists, altruism will never cease. Without light, the world would become a living tomb completely devoid of all life. And then the real story, one of contains abundance, along with the abundance of the universe and the abundance of love in it. There's nothing mentioned about God, resources of light, light exists, altruism. Altruism is something which is there, but giving, altruism, abundance and altruism. Yeah, altruism could be because it's all about giving and all these things. Last sunset, this is sunset is the time of the day when sky seems to converge with the sea and mountains and river and vastness and with myriad of colors. The blue of the sea glinting with a tinge of orange, the green forest filled with pink, purple lights reflecting from the treetops, snow-capped mountains glowing red and disappearing when the sun like a volcano red will erupt. The dashed disappearing sun brings with it the quiet, calm stillness of the moon. Unlike the sun, there is no myriad. Like the disappearing sun brings out. I think I'm not so good at it. I'll quickly go on to the logical reasoning. I've already spent 20 to 23 minutes here, and the RCs are left. So in VA, I've attempted 23. I think I'll reach 30 after attempting RCs. That would be a very good attempt for me. Oh, now I have to work on my LR and QA. I think I'm stronger at QA. I'll first go to QA and then solve the type A questions, then move on to the LR. X cube plus x plus 1 cube, the x is a positive integer. Find the value of x. Okay, 3 cubes adding to 100. 64 plus 27 plus 8 plus 1. 64 plus 27, 91. 91 plus 8 plus 1. 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus 4 cube. I'll just take 1 cube plus 2 cube is 8. 8 plus 9 and 36 plus 62. Yeah. X has to be equal to 1. Moving on next for in the semester exam, Hina, Prakash, and Rajiv and Seema got 90, 70, 60, and 70 and this. And the average of the marks is 375 out of 500. Find Seema's percentage. The average percentage is 375 out of this thing. 375 out of 500. That's 75%. 75%, 75%. So 75%, 90 plus 80 plus 70. 90 plus 80 plus 70. So that has to be 60. Only then the average would be 75. Exact midpoint of all the four numbers. Yeah. Shopkeeper bought a bicycle of rupees for rupees X and sold it with a profit of 20%. The customer, after some days, the customer decided to sell the bicycle. He spent 300 for repairing it and sold it for rupees 1200. He ended up with 20% loss. 1200 is a 20% loss, means the overall CP was 1500. 1500 minus 300. 1500 minus 300 was the original CP, that is, okay, sorry, X, and sold it with a profit of 20% to the customer. Customer, the CP of the customer is 1200, but 1200 was with a 20% profit. That gives me X as 1000 rupees. Yeah. In a school, there are 3 rows having 2 benches each. Each 2 students can sit on each bench. 3 rows having 2 benches each, and 2 students can sit on each bench. 3 into 2 into 2. There are 6 boys and 6 girls. In how many ways can they sit? In how many ways they can sit if 2 boys or 2 girls can't sit by side or exactly back to back? So it has to be B, G, B, G. Two rows, B, G, and G, B, G, B, G, B, or the other way around. So that's 2 into 6 factorial into 6 factorial. The way I see this happening. And I'm not sure about the others. What is the probability of forming 3-digit perfect square using the digits? The probability of forming a 3-digit perfect square using 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 repetition of digits is allowed. I think it's given that it's allowed. What is the probability of forming a 3-digit perfect square using the digits 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, in the 200s, I would have 256, 225, 250, 289 can't be formed. In the 300s, I'll be able to make 324, and I'll be able to make 324, 361, no, 400, no, 441, no, 484, no, 529, no, 529. The next square is 576 is not possible. 625 is possible. 676 will not be possible. 700s, 800s, and so on. So I'll only be able to make 4 perfect squares out of 5 digits. So 5 digits. Basically, I could be make 5 cube numbers. 4 by 125 is there in the options. Answer is option C. All right. Two trains X and Y traveling towards D with speed 72 and 45 kilometers per hour respectively in the same direction on two parallel tracks. At 9 a.m., X is at point A, 12 kilometers from D, and Y is at point B, 9 kilometers from. At 9 a.m., X is at a point. So this is the point D. X is 9 kilometers. X is the point at 12 kilometers from. A is 12 kilometers away, and B is 9 kilometers away. The lengths of the train are 120 meters and 150. How much time will X completely overtake? Why was this information even required for me? 120 and 150, the overtake would require 270 at relative speed, that is 72 minus 45, 27. 27 into 5 by 18. 27 goes 10 times, 10, 5 goes 2 times, that's 36 seconds. Something missed, something wrong. I'm sorry for the interruption. There was a connection issue, but I hope this is fixed on YouTube. If I get a message in the chat, I'll just be able to verify quickly. Once again, I'll just move aside and check my YT. Yeah, I think this is working. I've missed out on a little time here, but I'll just cover it up. Okay, no worries. So this much time would also be needed. 9 goes 3 times, 9 goes 2 times, 3 goes 1,000 times. 1,000 divided by 5 is 200 into 2. 400 seconds for reaching till that point, and another 36 seconds, so 436. Moving on, let's get back to our, get back into the stride and get going. Okay. All right, let's move further. In a still water, a boat travels at 20 kilometers per hour, which is 5 times the speed of the stream. So speed of the stream is 4. The boat travels from A to B and back in 7.5 hours. Find the distance between that. Okay, here such questions I know. D upon 24 plus D upon 16 is 7.5. I think I'll multiply throughout by 2. So that will make it D upon 12 plus D upon 8 is equal to 15. I'll look at the options and quickly check. D should be divisible by both 12 and 8. Boat in still water boat travels, which is 5 times the speed of the stream. Boat travels from A to B and back in 7.5 hours. Yeah, distance upon speed and distance upon speed. Time taken for upstream and downstream was 7.5 hours. Multiplying throughout by 2. D by 12 plus D by 8 should be 15. Yeah. So if I take D to be 72, it satisfies this equation completely. Answers option C. Moving on. A team of 5 to be formed from 5 men and 5 women. Find the probability of selecting at least 1 man and 1 woman. So basically, cases where no man is selected or cases where no woman is selected would be the cases which we don't want to consider. So 5C5 selecting all men, that's one case, and selecting all women out of the 5. So 5C5, 5 women, I select all of them, one case. These 2 cases would not be considered, and the total number of cases would be 10C5. So that's equal to 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 upon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 into 4 is 8 and 8 gets cancelled. 3 goes once, 3 goes twice, that gets cancelled. 5 goes once and 5 goes twice. 2 into 9, 18. 18 into 7 is 126. 126 into 2 is 252. So the answer is 250 upon 252 because there were 2 unfavorable cases. That's 125 by 126. The answer is option C. Moving on. If X is 75% of Y and Y is 120% of Z, X is 75% of Y. So X is 75% of Y. Y is 120% of Z. Let me take quick numbers. All right, X is 75% of Y. Let me take Y to be 120. If Y is 120, X is 75% of that. X is 90. Y is 120% of Z. So Z would turn out to be 100. And Z is 80% of W. 100 is 80% of 125. 20% less. Yeah. Then I know the order is X is the smallest, then Z, then Y, then W. X, Z, Y, W. X, Z, Y, W. X is less than Y. Y is greater than Z. Z is less than W. I think this is satisfying. X is less than Y. Y is less than Z. No, this is incorrect. Achha, X, Y, Z, W में ही order चाहिए था. The correct order is option B. Moving on. 2 candles of equal length start burning at the same instant. One of the candle will take 4 hours to burn fully. The other one 3 hours. By the time one candle is 3 times the length of the other. The candle should have burned for. One candle is 3 times the length of the other. So basically, okay, let me take the candles to be of length 12. I think I'll use options. So first one is burning at 4 per hour, 3 per hour. And second one is burning at 4 centimeters per hour. I'm taking the candle to be 12 centimeter. So if they burn for 3.5 hours, this one would have burned for 9 and 1.5 would be left. This would have completely gone away. So it can't be more than 3. Answer is either option D or option C. Option C, I'll check. If 2/3 of an hour. So if they burn for 2 hours, 6 is gone and 2/3 of it. Another 2 is gone. So basically 6 plus 2, 8 is burnt. And we are left with 4. If this one is allowed to burn for 2 by 3 hours, in the first 2 hours it burns 8 and 2 by 3 into 4. So that means 8 by 3 is burnt. So 8 by 3 is burnt out of the 4. 4 minus 8 by 3. 4 minus 8 by 3. 4 by 3 is left. Yeah. So this would be 4 by 3 and this is 4. The correct answer is option C. 2 by 3 is completely satisfying. This answer is option C. A certain integer n is a multiple of both 5 and 9. Which of the following must be true? It is a multiple of both 5 and 9. It's a multiple of 45. It's not necessarily an odd integer. It is definitely a multiple of 15. It is not necessarily equal to 45. Only 3 is true. Answer is option 3. Very good. Option A. Price of rice has increased by 10%. By how much must a household decrease its consumption there so that it does not increase the total expenditure? I know 1/10 increase from 110. I have to again get it back to 100. 1 by 11 would be the decrease. The decrease has to be 9.09%. I hope I'm doing it right. Yes. 1 by 11th decrease, that is 9.09%. The sum of digits that form two-digit number is the smallest. The sum of digits that form a two-digit number. The sum of the digits that form a two-digit number is the smallest two-digit number. Smallest two-digit number is 10. So sum of digits means a plus b. A two-digit number is ab. A plus b is 10. Find this two-digit number if the number formed by reversing its digit is less than the original number by 36. So 9 times reversing is less than the original. So 9 times a minus b is 36, which means a minus b is 4. Clearly 2a is 14. So a is 7. A 7, b is 3. Reversing the digit will give me 37. Yeah, it's 30. Why did I even solve? I could have used options. All right, moving on. Ramakant and Ravikant started a film investing 60% and 40% of capital respectively. After some time, they added 20% and 60% or more of their initial capital investments. Right. If the amount added by Ramakant was 12,000, find their total investment now. So basically 60x and 40x is what they initially invested. After some time, they added 20% and 60% more of their initial capital. So basically this person added 12x and this person added 60% of 40, that is 24x. So the investments are now 72x and this is 64x. But the amount added by Ramakant is the first one, is 12,000. So 12x is 12,000. Clearly x is equal to 1,000. Then find their total investment now. So the total investment now is 72 plus 64. 72 plus 64 is 136,000. 1,36,000. Answer is option A. Very simple. All right. So the QA, as I look at it, it's turning out to be pretty simple. I think, by the time I reach 55 minutes left or something, I should have completed the entire section. 55. Okay, the total cost of pots bought initially, the total cost of pots bought are partly fixed and partly varying with the number of pots bought. Average cost of pot is 25 when 60 pots are bought, and 20 when 80 pots are bought. So when n is 25, the total cost is 25 into 60. 25 into 60 is 150, 1,500. 1,500 is equal to fixed plus 25x, and 20 when 80. So 1,600 is equal to fixed plus 20x. Find the average cost when 75 pots are bought. Okay, so if I just look at it, when 5 pots are bought, 80x. This would be 60x. I'm sorry. So when 20 pots are bought extra, my cost increases. X is 5. I substitute that 5, 400. Fixed cost is 1,200. And the cost per piece is rupees 5. So 1,200 when divided among 75 pots would give me 750. And in 450, 75 goes 6 times. So this would be 16 plus 5. That would be 21. 21 rupees per piece. So yeah, basically let's move ahead. A tank supplies water for 60 days due to a leak in the tank. 5 liters of water is wasted every day, and then the supply lasts for 10 days less. Tank supplies water for 60 days. Due to a leak in the tank, 5 liters of water is wasted every day, and then the supply lasts for 10 days less. Okay, so can I say whatever was wasted for the 50 days, 5 liters into 50 days, it lasted only 50 days, that's 250 liters. That is the supply for 50, that is the supply which would basically suffice 10 days, but it's not because it's wasted. So basically 250 liters in 20 days, the daily usage is 25 liters per day. For how many days would it last if 50 liters of water leaks every day? So 25 liters per day, and basically I have a total of 25 liters into 60. So that's 25 into 60 is 1500 liters. If I use up 25 and there's a leakage of 50, I'm consuming it at 75 liters per day. So 1500 liters would last for 20 days. Therefore, 20 days, the answer is option D. How many terms of the series 1, 7, 13, 19 must be taken in order to pay the sum so that the sum may be 560? Okay, sum may be 560. Therefore, the middle term. Okay, let me check a few options. Let me try 15 terms. So if there were 15 terms, it's an AP. 1 plus 6, yeah, AP. 2A, 2 plus 14 times D is 6. 2A plus 14 times N minus 1 times D into N by 2. So into 15 by 2, is this equal to 560? This total is a multiple of 14. I'll try actually for 14. So I'll make this 13 and this would become 14. Let me quickly check. 13 into 6 is 13 into 3 is 39, 78, 78 is to 80. 80 into 14 by 2. Yes, this is actually 560. So I'm not even using the formula. I'll directly, use the options. I'm getting 14 as the answer. Moving on. A company producing brass alloy uses copper and zinc from another firm. Buys copper and zinc from another firm. The price of copper being twice that of zinc. The average price of the brass is rupees 160 per kg. So 2x and x. The average the price is coming out to be 160 per kg. If the ratio of zinc in brass is zinc to copper, so which is costlier? Copper is costlier. Copper to zinc. Allegation lagaya, and this is in the ratio, they're mixed in the ratio. The ratio of copper to zinc in the ratio in brass is 3:2. So therefore, this distance would be 2:3. Okay, x and 2x. Yeah, basically 100 and 200. 100 and 200. 100 is, yeah, basically I want copper and zinc prices to be in the ratio 2:1, and their distance from 160 should be in the ratio 2:3. One thing which I can do is 2x minus 160 upon 160 minus x is 2 upon 3. I can solve this, or I could have simply used the options. I can see 200 and 100 satisfies this completely. 200 is 40 away, 100 is 60 away, 2:3 ratio. Moving on. So I've attempted 18 in QA, very nice. And I've still left with 74 minutes. Okay, I need to speed up now. I've used up almost 20 minutes for 20 questions. Sunil's age 1 year hence will be thrice Sona's present age. Sunil's age 1 year hence will be thrice Sona's present age. Sheila's age 1 year ago was twice Sonu's present age. The sum of present is all 171 different measures, so next everything that all. Then what is okay? Sunil's age 1 year ago hence will be thrice Sona's present age. So present, I'll mark this for later. I think this seems to be a little lengthy. Then what are the ages of Sona and Sonu respectively? Okay, I have Sona and Sonu in the options. I have another Sushil and Sheila. The comparison of Sushil is given with Sona's. Sona's present age, if it's 27, 1 year later it would be 28. Sushil's age 1 year later is going to be 27 into 3, 81. So Sushil's present age would be 80. And Sheila's age 1 year ago was twice of Sonu's present age. So Sonu's present age is 20 as per the option. So Sheila's age 1 year ago was 40. So now it is 41. 120. This is not adding up to 171. And the difference between the present ages of Sona and Sonu is, okay, Sona and Sonu, the present ages are in 6 years away. So option A cannot be the answer. It has to be option B, option C, option D. Why did I even check option A? Okay, if I take it this way, 21, then this would have been 42, 43. Then this adds up to a 171. Yeah, so 43 plus this thing is 70, 70 plus 80, 150, 171. Yes, this option satisfies things very well. No condition is violated in option C. All the conditions are being satisfied. Therefore, answer would be option C. I'll not check further. Going ahead. Which of the following is the most profitable scheme for a consumer given that given a fixed market price of a product? 15 plus 15, 30 plus 10 is 40. 50. Total discount is 50. Total discount is 40. First of all, I think I'll take the discount, take the initial cost price to be 100. Then it becomes 85, 15% would be around 12, 13 or something. So would become 72 and would become around 7 less, around 65 approx. But here I'm already giving huge discounts, big ones, and it's maybe 15, 10, 20, I think. 25, 10, 20, 25 plus 10, 35, 35 and 20, 40, 55 is the sum. I think this one would be the best one, option C. 100 becomes 75, 75 got 20% I give first, it becomes 60 and then 54. I don't think anyone else would reach there. 85, then 15% of 80, 90, then 15% of 90, and then, okay, I could take it backwards, 75, 75, and then 10%, 16.5, and 15%, no, it won't reach 54, 30% will be 70, and 5 and 5, no, it won't reach 54. This one is the best. Moving on. There are 100 male passengers, 125 female passengers, 55 male crew, 60 female crew, 70 male housekeepers, 90 female housekeepers on a ship. The average weight of male passengers is 65, female passengers is 50, male crew is 70, female crew is 60, male housekeepers is 60, female housekeepers is 50. The average weight of the people on the ship is, oh my god, I need to use judgment. 100, N1 is 100 and male passengers are 65. The average weight is 65. Female passengers are 125 and female passengers, the average weight is 50. Male crew is 55 and the average weight is 70. Female crew is 60 in number, the average weight is 60. Male housekeepers are 60 in number. 90 female housekeepers, 70 male housekeepers, and male housekeepers is 60, 90 female housekeepers, and their weight is 55. I will have to calculate this. 5 is common to all of them. I'll come to this later. This is, if I have a lot of time, I think I'll do it later. The volume of sphere is directly proportional to the square of its diameter if two spheres of radius. Volume is directly proportional to the square of the diameter. The two spheres diameters are D1 and D2. I have their volumes V1 and V2 in the proportion 1:4. Therefore, D1 is to D2 is 1:2. Therefore, the ratio of the radii is also 1:2. Volume is directly proportional to the square of the diameter. So, volumes and the ratio 1:4. Diameters will be in the proportion 1:2. Ratio of radii and ratio of diameters is the same. A circle is drawn with a radius of a quarter circle as diameter of a quarter circle as a circle is drawn with the radius of a quarter circle as diameter. So there's one circle. By quarter circle, I mean a circle whose radius is 1/4. So its diameter. So circle has a radius 4. quarter circle, I believe, would be a quarter circle. I'm not sure of this term quarter circle. And I think that would change my answer. Radius of quarter circle as the diameter. So radius of quarter circle would be, if I take it as 1, and if I take that as the diameter, quarter circle would have radius 1. If I draw a circle with diameter 1 and the main circle is diameter 8, find the ratio of area of quarter circle to that of, okay, sorry, quarter circle does not matter. The circle is drawn with radius of a quarter circle as diameter. So diameter of the quarter circle is the radius of the circle. So radius of the circle is twice the radius of the quarter circle. So basically its radius is double, therefore its area is 4 times. The ratio of the area of quarter circle to that of the circle is 1:4. I'm sorry, misinterpreted the question. Out of the total population of 200 people, 25% of females are MBS. Find the number of males. 22% of the females, 22.5% of the females is an RMBA. That could be any number which is a multiple of 22 point. The number of females could be any number which is divisible by 4, I guess, or which is divisible by 40, I guess. So if there are 40 females, the answer could be different. There could be 40 females, there could be 80 females, there could be 100 females, any number of females. I think, yeah, this is data insufficient for sure. Choose the correct alternative. X, 4x, z. Z is 60 degrees minus x. So 4x plus 60 degrees is 180 degrees. Therefore, 4x is 120 degrees. X is 30 degrees. Z is also 30 degrees. Therefore, Z is equal to X. Five x plus 60 minus x. So 4x plus 60 is 180. Therefore, I get x is equal to 30. Z is also 30. Yeah, both of them are equal. Raj is at a distance of 10 meters from a tower and subtends an angle of 60 meters to the top of the tower. Then he moves 5 meters away from the tower and climbs up a building. Okay, Raj is at a distance of 5 meters from a tower and subtends an angle of 60 degrees to the top of the tower. 10 meters and subtends an angle of 60 degrees to the top of the tower. He then moves 5 meters away and climbs up a building from whose top the tower subtends an angle of. So he moves 5 meters away, climbs up a tower from the top of, from whose top the tower subtends an angle of. Okay, this thing subtends an angle of 30 degrees. So basically that this distance is 15. Find the height of the building. Okay, if this is 10, the height of this tower would be, okay, first of all, this is 15. So this part is going to be side opposite 30 degree is divided by root 3. So that's going to be 5 root 3. And side opposite 60 degrees is root 3 times the side opposite 30 degrees. So this is going to be 10 root 3. So this entire thing is going to be 10 root 3. Therefore, this building is going to be 5 root 3 only. I hope I've done it right. 60, this is 10. So this entire height is 10 root 3. Side opposite 60 is root 3 times, yeah. Then here the horizontal distance is 15. So this is 15, this is 30. So side opposite 30 is side opposite 60 divided by root 3. So 5 root 3, yes. Overall is 10, yeah. So this is 5 root 3, answer is option B. Only 63 minutes left, come on, speed up. $1,000 was deposited in a savings bank account. The interest was compounded annually The interest was compounded annually at 5% per annum for 2 years. What would be the difference between simple and interest difference between simple interest accrued for the same time and compounded for same parameters? That's P into R square by 10,000 is the direct formula for the difference. So 1,000 into 25 by 10,000, 2, and 5 goes 5 times 5 by 2 rupees. 2.5 will be the difference between SI and CI. A train passes a pole in 20 seconds. It passes a train coming from the opposite direction having the same length and same speed in how much time? So basically the speed has also doubled and the length has also doubled. I think the time taken would be the same, 20 seconds. Train passes a pole in 20 seconds. So length of the train upon speed of the train is 20. It passes a train coming from opposite direction. So the length would be L plus L, that is 2L, and the speed would be opposite directions. They're running in opposite directions, S plus S, 2S. Yes, the time taken would be L upon S, that's again 20. Yes, Pradima. The cask has 25 liters of pure wine. The cask is opened and 5 liters is replaced by water. 20% replacement happening. This is repeated one more time. What is the ratio of wine to water after the whole process? So earlier it was 25, 20% is being replaced, it becomes 20, it becomes 16. I could have used the wine left formula also, but I can directly see 20% is being replaced. So I'll have 16 liters of wine, so 9 liters of water. Wine to water would be 16:9, option. Two people A and B start moving towards each other at the same time from 2 points, 168 meters apart. Time taken by A and B to reach the opposite end after meeting is 9 seconds and 16 seconds respectively. Therefore, the time taken for the first meeting would be under root of the geometric mean of this. So under root of 9 into 16, that's 12 seconds to meet each other. Okay, A took 12 seconds to reach the meeting point and further 9 seconds to reach the finish line. So A took 21 seconds to complete the entire 168. Therefore, the speed is 8 meters per second. Option B. The value of sine square 17 plus sine square 73 is 1. Sine square theta plus sine square 90 minus theta is 1. Of a certain amount, Ron took 15% and John took 40%. Of a certain amount, Ron took 15% and John took 40% of the remaining. Okay, so let me take a bigger number, maybe 200 or something. Say 2000. Ron took 15%, so 300. Remaining is 1700. John took 40% of it, so John took 680. So now what is left is 1020. The money left was divided into, this is Ron, this is John. This was divided into Don and Bon. Don and Bon in the ratio 2:3. So 1020 divided by 5 parts, 204. So 204, 408, 612. What percent of the total amount does Bon get? 612 out of 2000, that's 306 out of 1000, 30.6%. What should be the rate percent per annum so that the compound interest equals principal at the end of compound interest equals principal at the end of 2 years? So basically, the amount should be double of it. So basically, amount is P into 1 plus R percent, the whole square for 2 years should be equal to 2P. P and P gets get 1 plus R percent should be equal to this. 1.4 square is 1.96, slightly more than 40%. The answer is option B. Data is not insufficient. Data is sufficient. It's just the matter of calculation. So since we are not calculating, but we have such suitable options, I'll select option B and move ahead. The average of numbers PQRST is 10 and QRSTU is 15.2. So that means the difference between P and U is 5.2 into 5. That's 5.2 into 5, 26. So U minus P is 26 and the ratio between them is P is to U. The ratio is X is 3X is to X. Therefore, the difference is 2X. 2 parts is 26. Therefore, the value of P is 1 part, that is 13. Ram made 25% and 10% profit on sale. Ram made a 25% and 10% profit, a profit of 15%. 25 and 10. Okay, so 25 and 10 ka average is coming out to be 15. It means 2 is to or 10 is to 5. The cost prices are in the ratio 1 is to 2. Find Y selling price if X's selling price is 100. X पे 25% profit करके he is selling it at 100. तो X का CP is 80. If X का CP is 80, CP of Y is 160, and basically there he made a 10% profit, so 176. Come on, 57 and last 3-4 minutes. Yeah, 55 I had to stop. I'm almost there. Sphere of iron of radius 3 centimeters and 2 spheres of radius 4 centimeter and 10 spheres of radius 2 centimeter. How many spheres of radius are from the remaining? Okay. Volume is proportional to radius ka cube. 8 into 8 cube 64. 4 cube is 16. 2 into 16 32 is gone. 2 into 10 into 8 cube 512. Sorry, radius is 8 cube 512, out of which 16 4 cube is 64. 2 into 64 128 is gone. So 128 out of 512 is gone. 10 spheres of centimeter 2. 2 cube is 8. 8 into 10 80. 128 plus 80. 208 is gone. 304 is left. And 304. And each volume is 1. So 304 divided by 1. 304 can be made. Wow. 18 years back. 18 years back, ratio of 3 friends ages was 5 to 6 to 7. Now the ages are in the ratio 8 is to 9 is to 10. Luckily, the difference of the ratios has remained the same. I can clearly say from 5 to 8, the age has increased by 3 parts. It increased by 18 years. Each part is equal to 6. Therefore, the current ages are in the ratio 8 is to 9 is to 10. Each part is equal to 6. Therefore, the youngest friend is 8 into 6. That is 48 years. The biggest diagonal of a cube is equal to the diameter of a sphere. What is the ratio of their volumes? Let the biggest diagonal of the cube is root 3x. So let us take it as root 3 only. So the side of the sphere is the side of the cube is 1. Therefore, the volume is, for the cube, the diagonal is this. Therefore, volume is 1, because 1 cube is 1 and root 3 into 1. And basically, this root 3 is the diameter of the sphere. So radius is equal for the sphere. Radius is equal to root 3 by 2. Therefore, the volume would be 4 by 3 pi r cube. Pi into r cube. That is by 8, and this would be 3 root 3. 3 and 3 gets cancelled. 1 upon root 3 by 2. So ratio lenge to 2 by root 3. 2 by root 3 pi. Pi in the denominator. 2 upon root 3 pi. Yes. Come on, 2 more questions, almost there. A tea vendor mixes 20 kgs of tea costing 82.5 with another tea costing 120 per kg and sells the mixture as one, thus making 20% profit. So mixture ka CP 20%, selling price is 108 and I'm making a 20% profit. That means CP was equal to 90. If CP is 90, 82.5 and 120 ko mix karke, if I'm getting a CP of 90, the difference is 7.5 and 30. 1 is to 4. The quantities are in the ratio 4 is to 1. Iska if I took 20 kg, so iska I'll have to take 5 kgs. And therefore 5 kgs is there in the options. Very nice. Answer is option D. 50 tickets are numbered 1 to 50. The probability of that 3 tickets randomly selected will be numbered as. Find the probability that 3 tickets randomly selected will be numbered as perfect squares. 1, 4, and so on. There are 49, 7 perfect squares. Therefore, all the 3 being perfect squares, the cases are 7C3 upon 50C3. That's 7 into 6 into 5. The 3 factorial from the denominators will get cancelled. 50 into 49 into 48. 7 goes once, 7 goes 7 times, 5 goes once, 5 goes 10 times. 6 goes once, 6 goes 8 times. 56 into 10, 1 upon 560 is the probability. Answer is option B. Wonderful QA section. I've attempted 39 questions in fairly short time. I think this was a great win for me. Now I need to maintain the momentum in the LR and also make sure that I attempt the reading comprehensions instead of wasting time on lengthy questions here. Football is written as Ulzu. L is coded as Zoo. U is 6. U, V, W, X, Y, Z. This is reverse coding. Clearly, this is reverse coding. Therefore, cricket can be coded as cricket. The reverse coding of C would be X and R is 18. The reverse coding would be 9. That is I. X, I. There are two options. The only thing different between them is the second last and the third last. So second last is E. The reverse of E is 5, 22. T is 20, U, V. T, U, V. E should be replaced with V. So second last should be V. The answer is option C. Very good. Now next. Boy is 750. Toy is 7,500. How much is this? Okay, boy. B is numeric coding. How many such questions do I have of coding decoding? Okay, I don't need to mark too many. I don't need to work a lot. Okay, I might have to use numbers and such things. Let me see. B is 2 and O is Y is 25. B, O, Y is 25. O is the 15th letter. 13 to 25, multiplication. Toy is 20, T is 20, 15 and 25. 20 and 25 is, this is multiplication. So box would be 2 into 15 into X is 24. 48 into 15, 720. Okay, strong and weak arguments. Strong arguments, okay. The corporate sector should contribute to the beautification and cleanliness of our cities. I want something which is a strong argument to this. No, beautification is the responsibility of the civic authorities and they should not shirk away from it. Yes, ethical business practices require that companies should contribute to their environment in every possible way. In every possible way, one of the ways would be beautification and cleanliness. Okay, and no, beautification is the responsibility of the civic authorities and they should not shirk away from it. To me, both of them sound strong. That why should corporate so if both the arguments make sense, I think I'll go ahead with option 4. Let's move on. The government should completely remove subsidy on cooking gas as it has contributed to the oil pool deficit. Oil pool deficit. No, subsidy should be removed gradually as the poor also depend on gas for cooking. Yes, people are getting used to government subsidies. But people getting used to government subsidies, government should remove the government subsidy on cooking gas as it has contributed to the oil pool deficit. But why was the subsidy there? Subsidy should be because it benefits the poor or it allows the poor to use that. So statement 1 is definitely strong. Statement 2, people are getting used to it, but that's not the whole point of removing the subsidy. So statement 1 is strong, statement 2 is not. Homework should be abolished for children up to the age of 5 years. No, children have too much free time, but that's not the purpose of abolition, or basically children homework should be abolished for children up to 5 years. Utilizing their free time was not the purpose of having homework. Maybe yes, homework does not serve any useful purpose as it can be completed in school too. So because this makes it basically describes that it does not have purpose, I think makes more sense. Statement 2 is a more logical statement, strong statement, hence 2. A, B, C, D, E, okay. There are two questions related to this clues. I think I'll use this and answer this thing. I will keep 15 minutes for verbal, so I need to speed up accordingly. A, B, C, D, E are 5 friends, join a Boy Scout group and ranked according to the number of points they received in various activities. Amol is ranked third. Amol is ABCD is Anmol is ranked third. Vimal ranks after David, but before Chet. So A, Vimal ranks after David. Vimal ranks after David, but before Chet. Before Chet means this, but after David, so means after means poor rank. Rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. David and Elton got hence the same rank. B and E have the same rank. So there are at least two people below B, clearly. Rank 1, rank 3, Vimal and Chet. This is the only way. Even if two people have the same rank, the next lower rank is still applicable. So in that case, the only possibility is basically 1 and 1. Okay. David and Elton ranks the same rank. Vimal ranks after this. David and Elton. A could be basically I could have David and Elton here. Chet, Bimal, sorry, who was the first one? Anmol and Bimal and Chet. 1, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 1, 2 in this case. This would not be correct. So I'll have to place Anmol over here. Bimal and Chet would be the next one. So Bimal would be rank 2, Anmol is rank 3, and Chet is rank 4. So who comes fourth? Fourth is Chet. What rank do David and Elton get? First rank. Now here the only confusion that I have is rank. Who comes fourth? So rank, are they asking me the rank or are they asking me this thing? But luckily for me, Anmol is not there in the options. So clearly they're asking the rank. Find the odd man out. A, Z, D, W, F, V, G, T. I think A, Z is the answer because I can clearly see opposite rank plus 1. A, Z is 1 plus 26, 27. DW is 4 plus 23. Achha, that is also 27. Sorry, opposite ranking only. F, V, DW 23, W, X, Y, Z 26, 25, 24, 23. Yeah. And D is 4. Okay. F, V, F is 6. And T, U, V, W, this is 22. So that's the total is 28. GT, G is 7 and 20th. Okay, yeah, this is also so G D F V is the odd man out option. Reverse coding was the logic. Okay, again a set. Oh, big set. 4 questions in question number 9 to 11. There are 7 people playing one distinct instrument. So I need to do this matrix arrangement. And it's a very simple one. I just need to match the people and this thing. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. either A or C plays piano. So no one else can play piano. Piano can be A or C only. Further, neither C nor F plays guitar. So guitar would not be neither F nor C. B plays either flute or sitar. D plays cello. B plays the flute or guitar. E plays either flute or veena. Flute or, so basically, if B plays flute, this person cannot play flute. So this person would play veena. But if first person plays veena or flute, we'll have to keep that in mind. G plays either piano or veena. Piano or veena. All right. But piano can be played by either A or C only. Therefore, G definitely plays veena. If G plays veena, E plays flute. If E plays flute, B plays sitar. Quite easy till here. Guitar is not played by C or F. C or F don't play guitar. So guitar has to be played by A. If guitar is played by A, piano will have to be played by C. And who else is left? A, B, C, F. F is the only one left, and the only instrument left is accordion. So I've got the arrangement. F plays the accordion. Who plays the guitar? A. Which of the following pairs is the correct pair? C accordion, F guitar, E sitar, no. A guitar, yes. Who plays the sitar? Sitar is played by B. Wow. Quite a decent speed we picked up. I've attempted 12, okay, but I don't need to get complacent. I need to speed up now. Again, maintain the speed. Man facing north walks 100 meters forward, turns right, walking north 100 meters, then turns right and walks another 100 meters. 100, 100. He then turns left. Right and left is, basically zigzag. So another 100 meters. Over here, 100. Okay. So this is also 100. Third 100 ke baad turns right. So again a right and walks another 100. Then turns right and walks 200. 200 from here would be directly niche. What is the final position with respect to 200 towards the east? 100. Man facing north walks 100 meters forward. Turns right. Walks 100 meters. Oh, again turns right. I'm sorry. I missed the... Okay, need to speed up. Come on, rough work. Every distance is 100, 100 only. So 100, then 100, then 100. Two rights. Then turns left. So basically again 100. This direction 100. Then turns right. So again downward 100. Then again turns right here. Then again turns right and walks. I'm still not able to draw this diagram clearly. I think I'm not in the right frame. Let me just read the north and south. 100 right turn. Then 100 again in the right. So cancels. Then he turns left and walks 100. So 200 east. Turns right. Right would be 100 down. 200 east and 100 down. Again turns right. Would be... Again turns right and walks 200. Okay, so basically 100 meters south. Thank God. 15th August 1947 fell on a Friday. What day was 15th August 1953? 6 years, so 6 days ahead. And beach mein there was 1948 and 1952. So plus 2 more days, 8 days ahead, 1 day ahead. 8 days is the same as 1 day. Answer is Saturday. A, B, C, D are to be arranged in a row. If in either A, this is this, then who cannot occupy the corner? Only one clue, okay. A, B, C, D are to be arranged in a row. If neither E nor C is adjacent to B and if D occupies one of the corners. Neither E nor C is adjacent to B and D occupies one of the corners. So let us put D in one of the corner. D takes this corner. Neither E nor C is adjacent to B. Neither C nor B is adjacent to neither E nor C. So if B comes here, there would be two neighbors. If B comes here, E and C could be over here, and the leg A, B, C, D, A would come here, or the only case possible is B comes here and A would become A has to become the neighbor of B, clearly. So A would not be at the edge. Find the number in place of question mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 makes a 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is divisible by 5. The remaining is 18. Sure, move ahead. So there are, I think, 4 questions based on this thing. 17, 18, 19. Okay, 3 questions on the parking floor of select city walk. 7 cars were parked from left to right in not in order. This is this. Number of cars is like number of cars in between Bolero and Honda is this is this. Okay, a linear arrangement again. Quickly. So I'm really sorry about my position. 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. I'll just. On the parking floor of select city walk, 7 cars were parked from left to right in not in order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 8 cars. A, B, C, D, E, F, and H. There's no G. Bolero and Eon are at the two ends. Bolero and Eon are at the two ends. Number of cars between Bolero and Honda is the same as the number of cars, as exactly the same as that of Honda, and the Honda is at the middle, clearly. Otherwise, end points say how is it getting the same number of cars in between. So Honda, Bolero slash Eon, Eon slash, I'm sorry, Eon slash Bolero. Further, what we know is similarly, number of cars between Desire and Chevrolet is the same as the number of cars between Audi and Ferrari. Audi cannot be next to Honda. Honda, which has Ferrari to its right, Honda has Ferrari to its right. And Audi cannot be next to Honda. So here I cannot have Audi. So Audi and Ferrari could have 2 cars in between or no car in between. Okay, if this is the case, then the other 2 would be here. Audi cannot be next to Honda, which is the number of cars on the left of Audi is not less than that of desire. Left of OD is not less than that on the left of desire. So clearly, if I keep OD over here, that will not be a valid case. So therefore, OD has to be over here. So Ferrari and OD are basically Ferrari and numbers to the left of number of cars to the left of Audi is not less than the left of desire. So Audi has to be over here. Ferrari and Audi. The remaining two cars were Chevrolet and Desire. Chevrolet and Desire would be this or this, or Desire and Chevrolet. If Bolero is next to Desire, Bolero is next to Desire, basically, then in that case, B, D, C, H, F, A, E would be the arrangement. What is the position of Chevrolet? Chevrolet is third from the left. For which of the two cars, for which of these cars, the two cars on its immediate next places can be exactly determined. Okay. Two cars on its immediate next places can be determined. That's Ferrari. Ferrari. Which of the statements given below is definitely true? Desire is to the right of Eon. Desire is to the right of EM, not sure. Chevrolet is to the right of Bolero, not sure. Eon is to the left of Ferrari, not sure. Desire is to the left of Audi, for sure. In a certain code, def is coded as IJFK. The 4516 is coded as 4 is coded as 9, 1 is coded as 6 plus 5 plus 5. Mumbai would be coded as M is 13, would be coded as M plus 13 plus 5 is 18. Should start with R. U is 21, should become 26. 18, then B is 5, should become, B is 2, should become 7. G, A should become F, and I. M becomes, okay, I is 9, 9 should become N. Yes, answer is option B. Given that AABB plus CCDD is FEE, FF, where different digits, and ABCDEF are in decreasing order, then what is the value of E plus F? The smallest case where this could be possible is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and that could give us the answer as 4, 4, 6, 6. But the digits cannot repeat. So 1, 1, 2, 2, maybe I'll take it as 4, 4. Sorry. I'll take it as 1, 2, 3. 1 plus 3 is going to happen, and 2 plus this is going to, so 1 plus 3 is 4. I can't use 4, so maybe I'll use a 5. And 2 plus 5 will give us 7. So basically that would become 4, 4, 7, 7. A, B, C, D, E, F could be one possibility. So what is the possible value of E and F? 4 plus 7 is 11. 10 though is definitely not possible. This is the minimum case that I've made. 10 is definitely not possible. But if they consider AABB as 0011, or could they take it as, because they are increasing order? Why am I wasting so much time here? Let's move on. नहीं आ रहा है तो छोड़ दो. आगे बढ़ फटाफट. 30 minutes left. Oh my god. 20 and some questions in RC left. फटाफट. Speed up. Come on. 9 is to 20, the same as 20 is to what? Double plus 2 into 2 plus 2, or next number ka double. So 26 ka next number ka double is 52, not there in the options. What else? 9 plus 11. So 25 plus 11 is 36. That's also not there. 9 is 4 plus 5, 4 into 5. Some numbers, which is a product of two of its additions. 7 into 7, no. 25 is 9 is to 20 is the same as 25 is to what? 1 cube plus 1 cube plus 2 cube, and 2 square plus 4 square. 3 cube is to 2 square plus 4. 3 square is to 2 square plus 4 square. 3 square is to 2 square plus 4 square. Yeah, 5 square could be 4 square plus 6 square. 16 plus this. That also is not there in the options. Moving on. Chal, let's go ahead. Course of action. A new report seriously damages the reputation of an MNC by accusing it of adulterating its products with lethal substances. The new report should be quashed before it is made public. The report should be verified and authenticated before any kind of action is undertaken. Obviously, more than the reputation, it's about lethal substances. It should be verified, authenticated, and action should be taken. A should be immediate, B should be immediate, neither A or nor B, either A or B. I think neither, because it should immediately be stopped and then verified. Otherwise, lethal substances, it is too strong a word. I think neither is the immediate course of action. Answer should be 3 in my opinion. Heavy rains have caused flooding in major parts of the city's areas. Heavy rains have caused flooding in major parts of the city's areas. Okay, commuters should be advised. Heavy rains have caused this. Commuters should be advised on alternative routes. Yeah, B should be the immediate course of action. Effective drainage system would take time. Answer should be option B. B should be the immediate course of action. Answer option 2. Choose the option that has been concluded from the previous two. All monkeys are apes. All monkeys are within apes. Some apes climb trees. Some tree climbers are apes, not necessarily. EAB. Some monkeys climb trees. All monkeys are apes. Some tree climbers are apes. Yes, I think this makes sense. Answer is EA. C is what I see. No, that's not there. Okay, so CAE. CAE, if I check, some tree climbers are apes. All monkeys are also apes. No. EDA. Some monkeys climb trees. All apes climb trees. All apes climb trees. Tree climbers. Some monkeys climb trees. Therefore, some monkeys are apes. No. CAE. Some tree climbers are apes. All monkeys are apes. All A's are B's. Some B's are C's. Doesn't make sense. All monkeys are apes. Monkeys should be something now. EAB. Some monkeys climb trees. All monkeys are apes. Some monkeys climb trees. Some apes climb trees. How did I miss out this one? Sorry. Option B. Let's move on. Some rats are this ADC for some cats are rats. Some rats are mats. Two particular statements will not get a conclusion. BDC. All cats are rats. All cats are rats. Some rats are. All cats are rats. Some rats are mats. No. Rats say I will not get anything. I should have it with this. All rats are mats. Now rats should have something. Some cats are rats. Some rats are mats. Yeah. All rats are mats. Some rats are also cats. Therefore, some mats are cats. Yes. Answer option 3. 6 people. Okay. How many questions? 6 people. 3 questions. I'll come to it. In a following question, pair of words, find the option which shares the same relation. Mentor is to guidance. Mentor provides guidance. Mentor provides guidance. Teacher provides education. Mentor does guidance. Teacher, doctor does surgery. Mentor provides guidance. Teacher is to education, or doctor is to surgery. Doctor, mentor performs guidance or provides guidance. Doctor performs surgery. Person and what they do. I think option B would make more sense. Teacher to education. What will be the time in the mirror when the clock strikes 2:42? 12 hours minus 2:42. So that is 9:18, 9:18, 9:18, 9:18. How many questions here? 2 questions, but these are easy solvings. So I'll quickly note down the meanings. At the rate means greater than or equal to. So we don't have at the rate in any question. Hashtag means at the rate means neither greater than nor equal to means less than. Hashtag means neither less nor equal to means greater than. Theta means neither less nor greater, equal, neither less nor greater. Yeah, down arrow means not less than, means greater than equal to, and up arrow means less than equal to. All right, let's quickly move on to the side arrow means less than equal to. So side arrow, A is less than equal to B. B is theta C. B is equal to C. C is less than equal to D. D is less than equal to B. But B and C are equal. Clearly, all are equal. A less than equal to B, and all of them are equal, because B and C are equal already. B is equal to C and B is less than C also. How is that possible? No. So the conclusion is B delta D. Yes, B is equal to D also. D hashtag B. Hashtag B means greater than. No. Only conclusion 1 follows. If only conclusion or conclusion 2 follows. If either one but not both. If only conclusion 1 or conclusion, either one, sorry, only one follows here. Reading the instructions. U down arrow. So U greater than equal to W, U greater than equal to V greater than equal to W. Connection is U theta. U is also equal to W and T. Theta is equal to, so U is equal to W means, okay, so U is equal to W is equal to T and V का relation तो यहाँ से भी आएगा. T is greater than or equal to, because U is greater than or equal to V, and वहां पे दिया है T down arrow S means T is also greater than or equal to S. तो V और S में अपन रिलेशन नहीं निकाल पाएंगे, बाकी सब जगह तो रिलेशन निकल जाएगा. So S and V में क्या रिलेशन आएगा? No conclusion possible. V and T are equal. That is also not correct. Neither. S can be anything. So yeah, basically neither 1 nor 2 follows. Answer will be option 3. Okay, very quickly. A is twice as old as B. A is twice as old as B. C is 4 years older than B. And D is twice as old as C. Also, E, who is 8 years old, is younger than A and D both. Okay, E is 8. 8 is less than AD. Okay, A is twice as old as B. C is 4 years older than B. A is equal to 2B. C is equal to B plus 4. D is equal to 2 times of B plus 8. E, who is 8 years old, is younger than A and D both. What is the minimum age of C? Okay, minimum age of C, I would say would be, if I take B to be 1, but A would be 2. So B has to be minimum 4 because A is double of B, and okay, B has to be minimum 5. If B is 5, C is 9. C is 9, all the conditions are followed, yeah. So the minimum age of C is 9 years. D is definitely, E is definitely younger, yeah. So, who is the youngest of them? Data is insufficient because if I take B equal to 1, B could be 1 year old, A could be 2 years old, C could be 5 years old. Yeah, all these possibilities are there. What is the minimum of age of D if E is older than B? E is older than B. What is the minimum age of D? Again, the same case. We took B equal to 5. So if I take B equal to 5, C would come out to be 9. 5 plus 4, 9. And D would be double of that. So that would be 18. So the minimum age of D would be 18. We have reached question number 37, 38, 39, 40. So 4 questions of this set and 27, 28, 29. 3 questions of this set. I have 17 minutes left. I have more confidence in LR than the RCs. So I'll first try to complete these LR sets in 7 minutes and then give 10 minutes to reading comprehensions in the end. Speed up, come on, fast. 6 people, A, B, C, Chandan Raman, stay in London, Russia, Austria, America, own 6 different cars, Porsche, Doody, BMM, Merc, Propel, Pillory. 3x3 matrix, come on. I have to give 10 minutes to LR anyhow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Name, car, name, city, car. Raman and Chandan do not own BMM or Propel. Okay. Raman, Chandan. First of all, the names are Aman, Haman, Baban, Kaman, Chandan, and Raman. Raman and this do not own a Propel. BMM or Propel. Raman and Chandan. No BMM, no Propel. Okay. Aman and Haman do not stay either in Australia or in either Australia or Austria. A and H, neither Austria nor Australia. So no confusion. Ost not coming. Okay. Aman and Baban own Merck and Rudy respectively. Direct use. Aman owns Merck and Baban owns Doody. Baban owns Doody respectively. Or Kaman stays in Australia and owns BMM. Austria and BMM. The one who owns Porsche stays in Russia. Porsche and Russia. Someone has to own BMM. BMM is gone. Someone has to own Popel. These two don't. So Popel has to come here. Okay. Further, someone has to stay in Australia. Who cannot stay in Australia? Aman and Hamam. So Baman, Chandan, Raman could stay in Australia. The one who owns Porsche stays in Russia, and one who stays in Mexico owns Popel. So this is Mexico. The one who owns Porsche stays in Russia. Okay, one of them has to own a Porsche and stays in Russia. So Russia and stays in owns a Porsche. The only other car left is BMM, Porsche, Doody, BMM, Merc, Popel, Belrally. Okay, so one of them owns Belrally, the other one owns Porsche. Porsche wala person stays in Russia. Aman and Haman don't stay in Australia or Austria. So I think country-wise, काफी possibilities. Let's go the person. Which car does the person staying in Australia own? All right. So the only car which remains is, okay, there are multiple options. It could be Doody or it could be Belrally something, but Belrally is not there. So it is Doody. Based on this, I don't know which clue I've missed, but this is Australia. And therefore, the person who stays in, who's owning Belrally, is in the only remaining country, which is London. Okay. But that would not be possible because London, this person doesn't stay in Australia and can't be from Russia. This person had to be from London. I'm not getting things correct. Kaman stays in Australia and owns BMM. Austria and owns BMM. So Australia is still left. Australia cannot be A or this. If B stays in Australia, because from the options, the only car which is possible is this. Did I pick up a wrong set? Who owns Popel? Popel is owned by Haman. Who owns Belrali? Sure. Raman and Chandan do not own BMM or Popel. Raman and Chandan do not own this. Aman and Hamam do not stay in Australia and Austria respective. Either this. Raman and Chandan stay in America and Russia respectively. Raman and Chandan stay in America and Russia respectively. How did I miss this thing? America and Russia respectively. So this is Russia, this is Korsh, and Mexico owns Popel. So how am I missing this? What wrong country have I picked? America. Okay. I think I'm losing my concentration. I need to hold on. Aman and Baban own Merck and Rudy respectively. Kaman stays in Austria and owns BMM. The one who owns Porsche is in Russia. The one who stays in Mexico owns Popel. Clearly, that had to be Russia. Mexico and Popel had to be Haman. That's the only case possible. Now, okay, the country left. I think, this makes sense. Australia, Rudy. Okay, so did I not answer this? 28, who owns? 27 is Dudi. 28, Haman. And who owns Belrali? Belrali is owned by, the only possible is Raman. Right, one more set here. 6 Greek heroes, Athena and all these people. Come on, 4 questions, guys. 95 have been answered. Come on. There are 6 Greek heroes, Athoue, Achilles and Aeschylus. Athena and Athena is also there. Okay, 6 Greek women, Athena, Minerva, Aphrodite, Venus. Okay. This is going to be complex. Telemachus is American news. Midlands, I think RC would be a better bet. I'll go back to the RCs now. RCs would be a better bet than this. And there are very small passages. The National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme was implemented nationally through the Act to provide safety net for most vulnerable section of society. The scheme's operational guidelines define the NREGS goals. Okay, one second. Oh, wow. Am I dreaming? How does NREGS try to provide safety net for the most vulnerable? The scheme's operational guide through the process of providing employment on works that address causes of chronic poverty such as drought, deforestation, soil erosion. The Act seeks to strengthen the national resource base of rural livelihood and create durable assets in rural areas, effectively implement minimum wages. This is where the economics starts playing on. It goes into this one. Market wages are higher than the minimum wage, where the market wage or even wage rate fixed. But this is the fun part of economics. The economy is also many cases where the state has fixed a high minimum wage rate, which then acts as a floor in the localized market. Okay. NREGS aims to eliminate or minimize the effects of drought deforestation in areas. Safety net, tries to strengthen natural resource base of durable assets. This causes improvements such as drought development, energies apply rural poor and projects to improve strength. Basically, safety net is through employment. Employment is the basic National Rural Employment Guarantee. So Employment is the most important thing. It tries to strengthen the natural resource base. No, employs aims to employ the rural poor in projects meant to strengthen the natural resource base of rural areas. By geography of poverty, NREGS means most likely NRGS most likely means geographical distributions of resources in. What is the fun part of economics? Higher wages in NRGS does not help the farmer. Higher market rates lead to not only and does not help the farm sector because NREGS provides minimum wage rate which is higher than the local market rates. Which of these leads to shortages of certain crops beyond wage rate? For one, it provides an optic pattern straight and shortage of certain crops. Which of these leads to shortages of certain crops? Political one-upmanship, high minimum wages. Minimum wages, yes. Overall, I have voted 99, 6 minutes left, I think. I'm on question number 26, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I have 6 questions in this RC. Okay, so one last. It may not be obvious while lying in the sun on a hot summer's day, but a considerable amount of heat is also coming from below you, emanating from deep within the earth. The drives the movement of tectonic some magma. However, despite this, where exactly up to half of this heat actually comes, where exactly half of this heat comes from is a source of is a mystery. It is thought that a type of neutrinos emanated by radioactive processes in the Earth's interior may provide important clues to solving this mystery. The problem is that they are nearly impossible to catch. Okay, heat's interior radioactive. The known sources of heat from Earth's interior are radioactive decays and residual heat from primary from the amount of heating the radioactivity. The main source of radioactivity. This is rock up to rock. Okay, surface of layers. Therefore, by measuring energy of geoneutrinos. Okay, unfortunately, geoneutrinos are notoriously difficult to detect. There's difficulty in detecting that. That's why detector field with the modern source of. Okay. Our new research says we can make a map of heat flow inside the Earth by measuring the pollution comes from as well as its energy. Measuring geometons could help map the heat flow in the Earth's interior. That makes it exciting to think about how these measurements would finally explosion reveal the inner working of the Earth. Very good. All the following are the Earth's sources of heat except heat from the sun. Heat from the sun is okay. Neutrinos are not the source of heat. Neutrinos help us measure that, if I'm not wrong. No, so the of heat from the Earth's interior as a radio decays and residual heat from where a planet was first formed, the amount of flow. Where is neutrinos? Neutrinos. It is thought that diamond emanated by radioactive process in the Earth's inner may provide important clues to solving this mystery, but neutrinos are not a source. The main purpose of the second paragraph is to suggest that. The second paragraph, the known sources of this is this. Okay. Lost away. All of the following can be inferred from the third paragraph except. So third paragraph. Unfortunately, geonuclear is difficult to detect rather than interacting with ordinary matter such as that inside detectors. They tend to just whiz right through them. That's why it took a huge underground detector filled with about 9,000 tons. This. Approximately half of the Earth's heat caused by radioactivity can be explained by the decays of uranium and thorium. The source of remaining 50% is an open question. However, measurements so far have been unable to measure the contribution of potassium decays, neutron energy present too low energy, so it could be the rest of the heat comes from potassium. Okay. Potassium may be a major source of heat in the Earth's core. Yes, it could be. Geoneutrinos lack normally measurable properties. Ordinary matter is almost transparent for geoneutrinos. Radioactive potassium has so far remained undetectable. Radioactive potassium has so far remained undetectable. Potassium has not remained undetectable. The main aim of the passage is basically critique the methods used to this, compare and contrast opposing, discuss an alternative method to a well-known procedure, trace the original content. See, obvious. 27 seconds left, and I'm at second or third last questions. Trace the original scientific controversy, discuss an alternative method to a well-known procedure, compare and contrast opposing. Critique the methods, maybe. Done. Drang. And let's see the scorecard. Oh, as expected, verbal ability has been my biggest thorn. However, I've got 337 with 151 in QA, 107 in LR, and 79 in verbal. This is something which I expect out of myself because I am a QA and an LR mentor, and LR was slightly more lengthy or tricky over here. So when I go to this test and I look at this test, if I just close this window, it will update my analytics page. So when I go to the analytics of my test, I'll be able to see the cutoffs and I'll see if I've cleared the cutoff or not. So the cutoff of this test was 291. I have secured a score of 337. quant was my strength, so I scored very high on the QA. There will be some of you who would be very, very strong on the VA part. Maybe you could score 120 plus in the QA, and your scores in the 120 plus in the VA, and your scores in the QA would be around 100 or 110 or something. So depending on your areas of strength or weakness, you could have balanced it. Even with a weak VA, you can see I've scored 79 and I'm quite close. So I've scored almost just 50% in the VA section. And yet you can see it's quite above the cutoff that was given. And mind you, I remember not a lot of students cleared the cutoff. So 337 would be a good score, and you can achieve that if you are very strong in one area also. It's just that you need to, I couldn't have scored 40 in the VA. I've scored 100 plus in two sections, 150 plus in one of them, my strongest area, and I've still scored 50% in the verbal ability. That has helped me maintain my edge over the others. All right. So I hope this session of life solving has helped you understand, the nuances of the nuances of what goes into taking a test well. When I was taking this test, I've not seen the questions in advance, so you can say that this is a genuine score based on impromptu attempt without looking at the questions in advance. The only benefit or advantage that I had is that since the results for this test were published in advance, I knew that the cutoffs. However, I wasn't thinking much about that when I was solving. So yeah, I was trying to solve basis the strong and the weak areas. I kept my strongest area second, although I could have started with QA, but I decided to go, because sometimes QA can be really time consuming. So that's why I decided to go for QA in between, and ran through it. Make sure I maximize the score, and still was able to balance some time here and there, even with my weaknesses in the other areas. All right. So I hope this was a helpful session. Thank you very much for attending. Those who attended live. Stay tuned to our channel for more such videos. And yes, all the best and keep